$10 million this week. You know, let me speak to your boss. You know, because obviously you're the wrong person to talk to right now.
Right.
You cannot show people that you're desperate. That in the business you can, and in your art either. I mean, if you go on stage as a musician and you're all afraid, people will pick up on that. So, and I think that's important. Even if you are desperate, you have to sort of not show that or react in a way that is still within.
What is the saying? Never let them see you sweat.
Mm-hmm.
It is true.
Back in the days, distribution meant money. You were getting distribution because you wanted your product to be distributed in retail environments so that your consumers can buy and you can make money.
Totally different.
But now distribution is probably most important to some of us independents for exposure. So YouTube is a form of distribution. It's distributing you and your brand to the public.
Correct.
And once you get over 1 million views, now you get phone calls from everywhere, and then you can kind of negotiate new deals.
We live in a very interesting time because the rules are all being rewritten as we speak.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So what's really interesting is that things don't have the same value they used to have in the same way they used to have them. So for example, I had a short film and everyone was just like, put it in festivals, that's your ticket. And I put it in, literally this film has shown everywhere. Like I'll get calls from like the smallest town, I'm like, you want my, where? Who are you? What? And that has been great because I know that it's reached communities that I could have never personally reached. Great, right? But I never got as much back from the film as when I put it on the internet.
Right.
Protection, copy protection. How do you then protect your content? It's on the net, but you got to be careful.
The truth is that from my experience and just my analysis of it is that your real ability to protect it is based on your ability to enforce it when someone crosses you. And it's kind of like when you're talking about intellectual property.
Correct.
I have copyrights, I have trademarks, I have all these things in place, but unless I'm able to police what's going on with my music, it comes with the territory. It's kind of like, that's also part of the why I think it's important to think of distribution as exposure, because although we're trying to sell our music, we're also trying to get it heard.
Sometimes you're going to want more people to hear it versus buy it, depending on how you're feeling at that moment about it, right? And is it the same for you? And you, because you're saying it's a different genre from music, but it's the same thing. It's your product that's out there, right? Because to me, it's all marketing. I look at marketing, and it's all these different levels and types and ways to market what you have.
Also something that I feel you learn at the beginning when I started out writing, I was I thought I have to copyright everything and people are going to steal it and stuff like that. And you have to be careful. The studios steal. You have to do your own replay there, and you have to basically sign it over to them that you have no rights and they have all rights to even read it. So you decide, is this worth it to me or not? And then if you say yes, which I think I would do, then you do it. And maybe something isn't worth it. If you think the idea is so good. You also have to be careful. I'm not too chatty about my project.
There's a writer that said you're either doing two things. You're either talking about it or you're doing it. When you're an artist, you have to stay on the cutting edge of everything. And the reason why you have to do that is because, especially with the internet, it makes things move like 10 times faster than they moved before. So what you thought was like a hot topic yesterday is like yesterday's news.
Exactly.
But also with marketing, and I think Wired Magazine this month has a great article about free is the new business. I think as artists we have to say, like we were talking about earlier, like what is this worth to me? Is it exposure? Is it making money?
Why are you doing it?
Why are you doing it? And you're going to get paid for your work one way or the other. And if you're holding on to it really tight and making sure that no one's going to take advantage of you, you're going to lose out on a lot of opportunities. Especially with the changing market where free is the new, $1 million deal.
Exactly.
Like YouTube and Facebook and MySpace, free. If you had to pay $1 to get on there, half the people would not be on there.
I just want to say, there is no way to protect your work.
There we go. That's what
if you're watching, there is no way
here
to protect your work. As soon as it leaves your desk, it's gonna end up somewhere in someone's hands who can copy it and put it out there, and there is no way. At the same time, we're living in a time where media is disposable. So you're holding on to something that someone's gonna watch once, and then they're not gonna watch again. You know,
That's it. That's the new. Like everything is moving